Hi, this is Al Woods of Woods Recruiting. The anxiety associated with the follow-up phone call. Let's be real for a minute. You're going to have to call them back. You're going to have to do it. There's no way around it. Your first conversation with the parent was probably amazing. You ask great questions. You explain how the process is going to work. They know how much it's going to cost. And now they're in the thinking stage. They want to think about it. The husband and wife, they're sitting down and they're thinking about it. They're discussing it as a family. Not really. As soon as you got off the phone with them, as soon as you left them face to face, they're not thinking about it anymore. They're not sitting around day and night, night and day, Monday through Friday, Saturdays and Sundays, thinking about the recruiting process of what you discuss with them. No, they're not. They've given it very little thought, but you got to call them back. So 5 to 7 days later, maybe 7 to 10 days later, somewhere in that time frame, you got to call back those parents. What are you going to do? So here is my advice. Prepare for the follow-up phone call. Let's say you got to make 5 follow-up phone calls in the next 10 days. Then prepare. Prepare as though you were going into battle. Prepare as though you were preparing for the next ball game. Prepare. What are you going to say? What are you going to do? Before you punch in those phone numbers, you need to have a plan. The plan starts with getting right to the point. Knowing exactly what you want to say without wasting words. You got to get right to the point. The phone is ringing. The phone is ringing. The phone is ringing. The parent answers the phone. Hello, Mr. Smith. This is Al Woods, Woods Recruiting. Hey, the last time we talked, it was about your son Jason and how we can help him get recruited for college. What can we do to get the process moving forward today? Silence. Silence. Silence, because you're waiting for the parent to respond. Hey, Al, we really haven't talked about it that much. We're going to still think about it. Hey, I understand, recruiting is really a special time for your son. He's an outstanding ball player. We've seen his video. We think he can play at the next level. So what areas of the process that you're still thinking over? Silence. Silence, silence, silence. You're waiting for them to respond. Silence, silence. You're waiting, you're waiting. Oh, Al, we want to know about the college programs you're going to contact for my son. Oh, okay, Mr. Jones. We're going to put together a list of 10 programs to start with. We're going to contact each and every one of these schools. We're going to let you know what schools we've contacted, what was said by the college programs, and if there's any information, additional information college programs are going to need, we're going to contact you guys directly. So that's kind of how the process is going to work. So what can we do to get the process moving forward today? Silence, silence, silence. You're waiting for the parent to respond. Silence. Practice makes perfect. What an old cliche, but man, it's so true. I just think you really have to prepare for these phone calls. So you need to know what you're going to say, word for word. Practice it so much that you have committed to memory. That way you're not stumbling and bumbling over your words. The second is anticipate the objection. The parent may say, we're still going to think it over. So what would you do in that situation? We're still not interested. What would you say in that situation? Or just no, no, thank you, or whatever they say. What would you say if they had an objection? And you don't need to have a special written rebuttal to an objection for each one they have. You could just use the same one or two. It works for me, or it once did. But commit it all to memory. That way it sounds natural when those words are coming out of your mouth. It sounds natural. It's flowing. You're not stumbling around thinking of words to say. You're getting right to the point. The parents are going to appreciate your professionalism. They just don't know it yet. But the thing is, and this is where you can't get intimidated and you can't get pushed around, they still might not sign up with you on that second phone call. Okay? Or they will. You just don't know. But it may require a third phone call where you're doing the same exact thing. Then if they get a little agitated, then just push it back another 10 days, 20 days. Call them back. Keep calling them. Don't stop following up with them. The only time you're going to stop following up with these parents is when their kid graduates high school. You cannot accept the objection. You just cannot do it. The inexperienced college scout will take the parent at their word and walk away. And you're probably thinking, well, if they're not interested, why call them back? Because that is the first thing that comes to their mind. How many times have we been to the grocery store, and there's some guy standing there with a tray of meat on a stick, and he's saying, try this meat, and you're saying, not interested, and you keep walking. Or someone calls you on your phone, and they want you to upgrade your cable service, or upgrade your insurance, or upgrade whatever. The first response is, I'm not interested, and you hang up, or you go away, you walk away, you move away, you go in a different direction. You're not interested. So that is the common normal response that's going to come out of the parents' mouths, because that's what everybody's been conditioned to do that. But you as a college scout cannot accept that. You have to keep pushing and keep pushing. That's how you're going to win in this business, because you're trying to get victories. And the more victories you get, the more money you make. The more money you make, the longer you're staying in this business, and you're able to help many more student athletes. It will get easier once you have cemented your relationship in the high school sports community. Guaranteed. This is Al Woods. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Your comments are the oxygen we need to grow.